Given Q's recording. Second. Is there a kitty?
There's a kitty.
There's a kitty!
Oh, this is my OBS is recording, so this is all getting recorded.
So mine. This is a recording. The kitty's a recording.
Alright, well since now we're both recording, yup, hello. Hello everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I'm Babble. I'll be your speaker today, I guess. This is... What is this? I forgot the name.
This is an FPS. We called it breaking open the shell, I think. Yes.
Yeah, it's that one. As per usual, the intros that I do is a disaster. But anyways,
but we still love you.
Yes.
I am Babble. I play Puppy Grandma today, who is thoroughly annoyed at the moment. Don't worry about it, it's fine. I'm here today with you wonderful people. Would you please introduce yourselves?
I guess I'll go first then. Hello. I'm Dewp, and I'm the server's local soundboard. I am potentially maybe not quite the reason for the grumpy puppy grandma, but don't worry about that. It's fine. Probably resolved. Probably. Maybe. I shrug.
Hi, I'm Candlestick. Whoop, you go.
Oh, no, I was just saying that. Just sit here, man. You're good.
Fair. Yeah, hi, I'm Candlestick, and today I am playing my very emotionally distraught, not that you can tell, wizard, Crystal Everlight. By the way, probably fair warning for the audience, this game takes place after Miss Hellacles Riding School. You might want to listen to that one for context, otherwise have fun.
Yeah. Please do.
Things
happened, which will explain everything that happens here. It is important. Yes. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. So, how are we all set in this? How are we all? Where is everyone? Where is everyone?
Oh god. I'm imagining it's probably early morning, maybe? Juniper is early to bed, early to rise. Because she's old. I look at her sheet, it says that she's 75.
Yeah, bless her.
God, I love her.
So
she is probably down in her workshop.
I'm not sure what time, like, normally Crystal is an early riser. I don't know if I want to roll con again to see if she's getting up early or if she's sleeping in. I might roll another con, see if she's being sleepy this morning or not.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna roll.
Nope, not really sleeping in. She's up. She's at the kitchen, back at the kitchen table, where her notes have taken over half of the kitchen table. So sorry.
Juniper does not care. That is usually how the kitchen island tends to be, given the fact that, on bad days she tends to work on designs and shit there, so it's not unusual for the place to be a bit of a mess.
Valid.
And that might also be the reason why it catches on fire so often.
Okay, the image of many papers being worked on plus kitchen on fire. How many papers has she lost at that table? That table has seen so many things.
It sure has. I could not tell you. She's lived there for the past 8 years.
Well,
Gosh.
good thing is Crystal has Ray of Frost, so hopefully she's not losing any of her papers to kitchen fires.
Here's hoping. Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Crystal, you want to roll me a perception?
Sure, I shall do that.
Also gonna. 10.
Average.
That's average. That's fine. So when you wake up this morning, you did also notice Eenie, Miney, and Mo, weren't sleeping on the floor next to you, where they usually do, or at least are temporarily sleeping, because Juniper has very kindly given up her bedroom, for these ragtag group of children slash not quite children, or at least children to her.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Arya, you're sharing a room with strangers at the moment.
Arya, as far as I know, would not care. Probably enjoys the company. TOC still does not know that Arya exists, by the way.
Valid. Yeah.
Which is infinitely funny.
Yeah, you wake up, Eenie Money Mo is not next to the bed. And you're at the table, but you do hear like an unmistakable sort of chink clanging noise coming down the stairwell. Um from the rooftop. And you just hear like heavy breathing, as they all got down the stairs, in their new gear. And they pointedly don't look at you, head towards the sink, turn the tap on, and then all three heads kind of just stick their heads under the tap and glug.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not sure if Crystal's gonna say anything at the moment. I'm not sure how much she has talked to them since they've come back, but there is definitely a bit of a loosening of her shoulders. Definitely relief that they're okay.
I'll have to roll another thing here. Gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh god.
You definitely
what's
don't
that?
notice. That's a stealth. That's a 28 in stealth. It's funny because you don't notice one of the heads, specifically Eenie, finish his glug of water, kind of stretch his neck like doom, um, round over the top of you, like slightly over your shoulder, looking down at what you're working on. He does not say anything, but he's lurking over your shoulder and looking at what you're doing.
Would you like to roll something to see if you can pass what she's working on?
God, intelligence.
Probably. Or investigation.
Oh. Look at his intelligence. I look at all of their intelligence. Oh, okay, it's a 12, but not too bad.
Yeah, so I mean they had been staying with Crystal for a while, so there is a bunch of stuff that they maybe don't understand but do recognize oh hey, this is Crystal's usual stuff. Um there is probably catches the words wild magic, um and like some cases of that, information about that. But maybe more noticeable is she's got a fair few books on cursed um, cursed items. There's some books on the Independent Isles, and some on the continent of Faruman history.
Okay. Lots of magical yada yada. Okay.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah, oh gosh, Enie's just gonna look at this, and then look at Crystal, and look at this, and gosh, He's just going to get right close to her ear, and he's just going to say, "What are you working on?"
She jumps.
Pulls his head back, because wait, hey, hang on. Helmet, metalhead. Pulls back.
This is just a
Just looks down at that and then looks at you and says, "What are you working on?"
jump, like hand to her chest. Don't that yeah, that startled me. Morning. Uh research. Looking at seeing if I can find any information about things like the armor.
Real quick insight. Eenie just kind of nods. He sort of said, right, yes, of course, that would be very, very, yes, of course you would. How is she looking at first after the armor? Yes,
Hold
she
on,
is. Also,
I
get your
need-
head down to this thing. Haven't you had enough?
I need to roll an intelligence, I think.
Boy. Oh. Oh. Oh.
She has not yet put together that they are talking. And that this is unusual for the moment.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, excellent. Oh. Okay.
Crystal, my beloved.
Oh, sweetie. Well, Enie's just gonna nod and say, "Well, we shan't bother you for too long. I believe Juniper wanted to speak to us for a little while. Right, lads, hurry up, finish what you're doing. I'm just having a last sip. Well, finish your gloves. We've got to go downstairs. I know, but we need to go." And eventually, Eenie comes over, just like dunk, 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 dunks them on each of their helmeted heads. And it just kind of gets shepherded. How would you have to stop pecking? I wouldn't have to stop pecking if you just moved your buttocks. It's our buttocks, actually. Thank you very much. But it's a very nice buttocks too. Do we actually have a buttocks? I thought we have tail feathers. Well, if we have tail feathers, then we got to have a butt, don't we? As they just kind of tunk, tunk, tunk down the stairs.
I think Crystal might be following them for the moment. Is where did you go yesterday?
Uh, all three, well, no, two heads kind of tilt back to look at you. Eenie is still looking down the stairs. Miney and Mo just kind of, both of their helmeted heads look at each other upside down over their backs and then look at you and it's like, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but you know. And then they stop on the stairway and just kind of like poke, poke, poke at the bottom of their necks.
Oh, oh, that's that's great.
Roll insight. Roll insight.
Yep.
10! Gosh, 10 notes.
No. Yeah, she just you get that she looks a little bit bewildered, like how did I not notice that before now? But you other than that, she does look relieved that they're off. You don't catch more than that.
Excellent. Look, the visors, the helmets on the visors, the visors on the helmets just kind of look at each other. And just like, in backwards, face forward, is that, yeah, well, we visited, someone that, friend of a friend, a friend of a friend of an enemy kind of thing. And, well, we managed to get those off, so, you know, it's all cushy. They just kind of pick up their pace and start to drop down the stairs faster.
When you guys get down there, roll me a perception to see if you can find Juniper.
Beautiful. What's your perception, lads?
I don't
think I know what it is.
think Crystal has followed them down the stairs the rest of the way.
Okay.
Crystal, my
Crystal.
darling.
Crystal is staying on the stairwell watching them go down.
Yeah.
Knowing what we talk about, my brain. Ow.
I knew nothing. I cry.
Bubble. But
when you guys get down there, that it is what it is. You've seen Juniper's organized mess of a shop before. It seems like at the moment she has a giant God, what the fuck is it? You guys call it a lorry. It's that. Wait, do you guys call it a lorry? I don't. I'm trying.
Like,
Big 18-wheeler trucks, because that's what we call it here.
yes.
The
fine.
fucking head of that bitch.
Ah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, she's working on one of those. And she's pretty much in the fucking engine. You probably see her tail, because at the moment I'm gonna say that she dyed her fur red.
Okay.
Like a nice kind of like light-ish cherry red, but still red.
Puppy beloved.
Aubrey. Yes. Okay, that was always safe to see what Eenie Money Mo would do. Looking at this, they kind of walk up to it, but they don't disturb Juniper. They just kind of like look inside the cabin, and then they look around this thing, and they're keeping a they're not keeping a huge distance. They're kind of like hopping onto things on occasion and then hopping off. And they're just kind of looking around at this thing. Where is Juniper? Is she in the cabin or underneath this thing?
Neither. From what I remember about how these trucks work, where their engines are, the nose of them kind of flips up and forward, so that you can get to the engine.
Ah, yes.
Just because of how big they are, and like how fucking weird they are. So I'm imagining she's in between, sort of the hood of this thing and the engine.
It's a shame that
Okay.
the hood's probably blocking the view from the inside the cabin, because otherwise the image that came to my head was just like inside the cabin looking out the front windscreen and just you can see Juniper's tail going back and forth.
I mean, they probably can. I'd have to probably draw an image of what it looks like, but you from the cabin through the windshield, you can probably see Juniper.
Oh no, I'm gonna roll investigation.
Oh no.
You just
There's
also
the
see
idea.
You just also have your view blocked of the rest of the thing. The giant inside of the hood and the big fuck off engine.
Okay. That was a 6 investigation. They kind of have a look around. There's not really much. There's a stick in the middle, and then there's a wheel shape. And they're just kind of. I will say, Eenie, Miny, and Mo. I disregard those 13s. They're poking around, like they're opening and closing the glove box. I don't know if Juniper will be able to hear this.
Do they hit the horn?
Suddenly, there's a slight weight shift, and then there's something in the front cabin.
I'm going to roll a perception.
Go ahead.
She's deep into this.
Please tell me they hit the horn.
Juniper, my darling, you never see anything!
She is very focused on her work, and she's very dedicated.
She is.
So-
She's also a little miffed still, so.
too much in her own thoughts that she does not feel the shift in weight in the cabin. She does not feel or hear the glove box opening and closing, and she definitely does not feel or see Eenie, Money, and Mo kind of looking at the wheel and then looking over down at looking over down at where she is and then looking at the wheel and they kind of like poke at the wheel and they see it in the middle depresses slightly and like, oh right, okay, yeah.
Let's, do you think this is like some kind of trap or something?
Well, if it's a trap, we probably shouldn't activate it.
But what if it's like, we are technically helping, because I think this thing's broken, so... Isn't that what Juniper does? Fixes the broken things or something like that? Yeah, something like that, I think. But, I mean, we could... I mean, look, we could be helping out, If we have a look, we could be helping out, make it a little bit easier.
It would make a good apology for yesterday.
It would, it really would. Let's see what it does. See what it does, and hopefully it actually fixes something. It might be like a reset button.
Oh yeah, reset buttons. Oh, we should give it a blast. And they just kind of look at each other, nod. All three heads roll back, and then all three heads donk the middle of the wheel at the same time. Juniper.
Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Eenie.
I will say
That's
that
a 0
noise.
on the dice, everybody.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't know if
God.
Crystal also wants to make a con save of a sort, because I imagine if anything that's going to be henking loud.
Yeah,
That wasn't
I
a
might
con
make.
save. That wasn't a con save. That was a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I might.
Oh no,
Con save or whiz
honey.
save?
I'm gonna do a con save still, because she is right there where the horn is. I'm guessing she could go deaf. Never mind, she's fine. She's probably wearing earmuffs for this exact reason.
I think that's fine. Crystal is fine. She probably did jump at that, and there is definitely footsteps hurrying down the stairs to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, honestly, with that 0, the scream that Juniper gives is one that sounds like she's being murdered.
Oh no!
Yep, definitely running down the stairs and the door
Save again.
bangs open.
Excellent.
Oh god.
You're also going to hear breaking glass. Anybody about essentially hear that scream, panic, and then I'm so sorry. I'm gonna roll a strength check. Because that's excellent. You're gonna hear that scream, Crystal, and you're gonna come out and you're gonna see anybody might launch themselves out from somewhere in the front seat to just shatter the front windshield. Clear drop and right beside Juniper. And they're just gonna like crowd her saying, Juniper, you're right. Oh god, we didn't kill her, did we? Oh, bloody hell. I told you we should have touched it. And they're just nattering. So you've got a broken front windshield now.
Well, I don't think she's worried about that at the moment. I think she's trying her best to just. I have to roll her another con because that was a 0 on the dice for her wisdom, so I gotta. See if she can not cry. This is a disadvantage. That's a 12. That's a 12. God, no, she's got her head in her hands and she's kind of quietly crying. It's fine.
Okay. I think Crystal's coming over. And just, are you hurt? Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm just.
You're
Mm.
then you're okay.
What?
It was just the horn.
I know it was a horn. God. Okay. Why? Why? You're giving an old lady a heart attack. Ugh.
Oh.
Okay. Alright, I need to get out of this, you! Talking, yeah, that. I do not, I don't know? What, do you know what that was? And she's looking at EM.
You're looking at Eminem. Suddenly, it's very strange. Their necks are gone. And so are the bottom of their legs. It's just you see the tiniest bit of toes peeking out. And only the three heads. They look like a three-headed kiwi. Um, they have shrunk their legs and their neck back, and they're just like no. Um, it looks like a heavily armored three-headed kiwi. Um,
Aw, honey.
and they're just like,
We thought maybe should have perhaps hoping that it was probably not the best of ideas without asking first. Yeah, no kidding. I told you not to poop it. Well, we thought we were bloody helping now, weren't we? Obviously, it's it's what we do. We help people. Well, apparently we didn't help here, so why would you shut up?
and they just kind of nag at each other a bit.
There's a definite sigh from Crystal as she rubs the bridge of her nose. Is like, well, that's one way to wake up in the morning.
Okay, I appreciate you trying to help. I really do. That is very sweet. Perhaps next time, if you would like to help, first ask me, and then I will help teach you the parts of what I'm doing. Because what you just touched was the horn. All that really does is make a very loud noise, and this kind of truck in particular is exceptionally louder than any other truck because it is very big and it cannot stop as quickly as other cars. So it needs ample warning.
As you're saying this, you're just gonna see these three armored beaks just nod in the air, frantically bobbing, and they're just like,
Yeah. No. Understood. Perfectly understandable. Did you need tea or biscuits? We can get some biscuits and stuff.
"Oh, we can get some cookies and stuff if you need them." And you just see them just like hop towards the stairs. They have not extended their legs. They are just.
I have some water that I have some water in the. Where is my water bottle? Hold on. I know where it is. I know where my things are, and she's doing her best to climb out, and I'm not gonna make her roll for that. I'm not gonna be mean to her.
Please don't bully her.
I will say Crystal is helping a little bit. She can't, she can't help a lot because her strength is abysmal. But you know, like I don't know,
I should
holding
probably
things so that they're not gonna like move or things like that to help Juniper out.
Let me just use that perception. So let's see if she can find her water bottle. That's a 14. Yeah, she knows the location of it. She sees it. On one of the workbenches that she has slightly across the room. This truck is fucking huge. Takes up a very big chunk of this small space. And as she gets out, she immediately goes for her rollator, which you guys have known her well enough by now to know that like she doesn't usually use her rollator unless it's like it, and especially not this much unless it's a really bad fucking day for her joints.
Yep.
She is leaning exceedingly heavily on this. And for those of you at home, the rollator is basically like a walker, but with wheels only, and it's taller. And Juniper's in particular is decorated purple with a bunch of green and pink flowers, because of course.
Oh, that's cute.
That's very cute.
It's got fuzzy dice on them as well in the middle bar.
That's great. I don't know if either of you this is sort of a little bit of a tangent, but have either of you would either of you like to roll just to find out, have you guys noticed the new scars that Crystal has down her arms at all? 'Cause she
What
wouldn't
do
have
we
told
roll?
anyone about that. Perception probably.
Given how much time Juniper has been spending with Crystal, would you say an investigation also works?
Yeah, an investigation would work.
Man.
No.
Juniper, my darling.
Neither of you have noticed in the time since Crystal got back from with Eenie, Miney, and Mo, neither of you have noticed the new scars she has up her arms. I mean,
Of course.
to be fair, she does normally wear long sleeves, but they do show on her hands a little bit, but I guess she's being careful at the moment.
Also, Eenie, Miney, Mo have kind of been avoiding looking at Crystal too much. Apparently.
Fair
Reason.
enough.
But they will kind of just hop their way up to the stairs, see that Puppy Grandma's gotten up, turn around with a hop, and then look around and say, "Oh, so right, you didn't want to get anything right, okay, so you wanted to say us about this," and they just kind of tink 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 the breastplate they're wearing.
Yeah. Give me a minute, and she's gonna take off the cap of the water bottle and just chug that whole ass thing. Being a mechanic means you work with a really hot engine, so.
Yes. Whilst you're chugging, they will look at Crystal and say, "Oh, are you gonna be helping get it off, or at least try to?"
I can. If that's alright with Juniper, I would like to stay, yes.
That's fine. Give me just a minute. Would you come over here so I can get a look at you? Because I need to know what kind of tool that I need to use on this thing. I highly doubt that I'm going to be able to get it off with normal means or magical means.
Three heads nod, and they just kind of hop, 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 hop over. The arm braces on the bottom of their legs probably make little chinky noises as they do. And when they get over to Juniper, their legs just kind of extend and their necks come back out as well. They just kind of stand there for Juniper's perusal.
Juniper turns her rollator around and takes a seat on the little kind of mini bench that it has. And she's gonna give it a look-see.
Go for it. I guess that would be an Arcana or an Investigation. Meanwhile, hey, would Crystal like to roll an Insight for me, please?
Sure, I shall do that.
I'm gonna have her roll both. One for Arcana just to see, and the other for to see if there are any particular weak points in the armor that she could possibly target without hurting them.
I'll answer Babble's first, and then I will address that insight. So, which one is which? Investigation or Arcana? Which
So the first one is Arcana, the second one is Investigation.
Okay. I'll go with that. I'll go with the Arcana first. You're having a look at this thing, and you can immediately tell A, yes, it's magical. Um, and B, oh man, you can also tell there's some kind of enchantment on it, that makes it stronger than normal. Like you can just see like a shimmer of like slightly pink, slightly yellow gleam come off of it as you look within almost within the actual fabric of the metal itself, which is a weird sentence to say. Um, but yeah, this thing is enchanted, and you're getting like the slightly ominous feeling. Potentially uh, um, it's potentially an item that how can I say this? Um, it's potentially an item that not most would willingly wear. Because just from the way the magic kind of weaves through it, you get the impression um this is not an armor that was designed to be taken off by the user. And with that investigation, you can see, despite the fact that this stuff is very well made, like this is good quality metal. Like the alloys that are mixed to make this thing are damn good. Whoever made this and crafted this did a very good job, especially with weaving the enchantments into it.
Mm-hmm. She's familiar with how to, like, do this kind of thing, because she's had to do it before. I look at Binky, and I look at all the ships that she's built. Those are the way that they are, because they were made in a similar fashion. Just, person, or boats.
Yeah, yeah. You can also tell with that investigation with 22, there this thing is seamless. Even though some of the parts are held together by what looks seem to be like leather straps, combined with the Arcana, you can tell that just hacking at this thing, or trying to snip at this thing, or drill, or whatever, you can tell the magic is magic's gonna resist that.
Hmm. So even if she went at it with the big fucking pliers.
Mm-hmm. You probably end up bending your pliers before you bend the leather straps holding this thing together.
Let's see. What does she have?
Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to answer. I'm going to look at Crystal's insight. With an 18 in your insight, you look at the boys, and you can tell from the glint of their visors, you can't see their eyes or their face. But you can tell there's like an awkward shuffle to their feet, and they keep seeming to like turn a little away from you. You get the impression they don't want you there. That they're
Okay.
kind of uncomfortable with you looking at this. An 18, you at the moment you can't quite tell exactly why. It could be embarrassment, it could be shame, it could be they just maybe it has something to do with your previous separation, but for whatever reason they don't want you seeing this.
Take a wild guess which one she thinks it is at the moment.
I wonder.
Alright. So there's no real. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
So, questions for you, do. There's no real way to truly break this at the moment. Is there anything that she can do to stall or, like, weaken some of the words temporarily, and then maybe bend it enough for them to squeeze out with aid?
I would like to point out that Crystal does have Dispel Magic and Remove Curse up today.
Okay. Well, from what you can see, May this may this may fall into the category of cursed, potentially. Again, you've not seen anything quite like this. The way this stuff is put together is maybe you've seen cursed or some such armor, but however this thing is put together, it's kind of it's the way the magic is knitted together is very strange. Like not like normal enchanted armor. You can try dispel magic and such, or remove curse. Um, Again, you're not quite sure what it'll do in this particular case.
Hmm. Crystal, do you have anything that could possibly mess with wards or disrupt them?
Yes, I have. I will mention, but before Juniper addressed her, she had looked like she was sort of like shuffling a little bit, trying to figure out whether she should be staying around or not. And then Juniper addressed her, and then she's answering, like sort of uh like almost forgetting about what she was contemplating before, like she hasn't forgotten about it, but she will deal with it maybe a little bit later. Um, but yeah, she continues. I have both dispel magic and remove curse. I uh, I don't know if they're gonna work. Uh,
I
dispel.
have an idea.
Okay.
It's going to require a bit of, well, not really a bit of tinkering. It's going to require tinkering, a lot of fiddling. I'm going to tell you boys right now, you're probably not going to like it. It's going to take a bit. Give me a second. That's a 12. She doesn't have a solid sketch put down, but you get the basic idea when she's done, like, drawing it out. Her idea is to create, like, little tiny points connected together, specifically designed to have something to be put inside, in between EM and the armor, if she can squeeze it in at certain points. And what
Okay.
it does, basically, is once it's in there and situated, um, she'll press a button, and whatever magic is in those will basically go off and hopefully disperse enough so that it disrupts the wards.
Okay.
She's specifically designing a ward disruptor for this thing.
Nice. Very cool. I will say, I'll go with Juniper first. As you say, you're probably not gonna like this. You're gonna see them kind of shuffle their feet. Um, and would you both like to roll perception for me, please?
Both of us?
Just realize something. Yes. And also Crystal, probably sees nothing. I will also say with the insight, Crystal, you see that when Juniper says you're not gonna like this, they kind of tense up, and you can see that their feet are starting to tap against the floor, and they're starting to shift a little. And you do see it's not super subtle. They're not being subtle about this, but their heads are slowly lowering and raising. And they're kind of trying to be casual about it, but they're looking basically around for windows, doors. They're looking towards the stairs again. Um, not moving like off from the spot, but they are kind of swaying very gently from side to side. Just you get the impression you get the impression they don't know if they'll be able to A, hold still for this, and B, you get the impression they're doing their best not to bolt right now. And yeah, that 12 as well. You can see that there's seen. Actually, you know what? You probably wouldn't be able to notice from there, but you do see that Mo seems to be moving a little strangely. At least when he bends his neck. But other than that, you don't notice much.
Okay. There's is there something we can do to make this more comfortable for you? I know that it's not. I know it's not going to be fun, but if there's anything we can do to make it easier, do do you want me to leave?
You see the three heads turn towards you, and you hear the tap 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 of the foot tapping on the floor a little faster, and you hear,
No, we don't need you to leave. It's fine. This sort of thing is, it happens on occasion. It wouldn't be the first time that. Well, it's the first time it's happened to us, but it's not the first time we've, seen someone do something a little bit foolish and have to get something, sorted out.
it should be fine. And yeah, they seem pretty confident in that. They're just giving you works of their beaks, and they're standing up very tall. Their feathers are puffed. Yeah, they don't look too intimidated.
Okay.
Just a fair warning. If you run, I am going to be incredibly disappointed in you.
Oh. Oh no. Man, what is it with 13 today? You see the tapping kind of shifts to a shuffle in the spot, and they just kind of nod their heads and bob their heads up and down, like,
Yeah, no. We know how to hold our grounds. We'll hold our ground. We'll probably be fine.
yeah, it's we're pretty good at standing firm and
Making sure that whatever comes our way, we can take it head on.
and slight grins on their face, wibble slightly, still stuck on there, still grinning, still ready.
There's just a brow raise on her. She is unimpressed. I don't think you really understand at the moment the kind of position that you're in. So let me break it down for you. You have worried your friend to the point of exhaustion.
Oh dear.
The smiles kind of drop off their face, and they just
Have worried me as well. You are in danger being in that. It is in your best interest to sit still and let me try and help you.
Give me a moment.
In the end, we care about you. Running isn't going to solve anything.
We know that. Like running doesn't always solve everything.
Sometimes like we said, you have to stand your ground, play out your swords and fight, and
This is probably one of those times. So you can take whatever you throw at us. Come on then. Yeah, come on. Throw everything you got at us. We can take it.
I don't know if anyone was paying attention to Crystal at all during that moment, but when Juniper said you worried your friend to the point of exhaustion, yeah, no, her expression did not change.
And it is one of these moments where Juniper does not care. She's going to spit the truth. And, it's not her job to give a shit whether or not people like that.
Fair. She is
She
so very
loves it,
valid.
yes. She loves them, yes. It is time for Puppy Grandma. Puppy Grandma! You are getting
Puppy
grandma'd,
punishment.
suffer.
Oh, they're
Alright.
standing up, and they're nodding, and they're just, yeah, come at them.
Alright. She is going to get to work on that thing, finalizing it,
Do you want?
and building it. Alright. I mean, in fairness, she is not comfortable with that, so she is going to test it first on something else.
Valid. Do you want Crystal to use remove curse or dispel magic on the armor?
What she's gonna actually probably have Crystal do is help work with her on it, because she's trying to weave the magic into the mechanics of this.
Okay. So, all right. In that case, then I think Crystal will use remove curse and dispel magic on the item. Then once like Juniper is ready, to basically have it be able to use those spells when it's when the item is being used on the armor. But yeah, she's gonna wait until Juniper reckons it's ready before doing that.
So that 714 was a prototype that she was testing, probably with alarm. It seems to work in her head like a bunch of little teeny tiny boom boxes attached with various different wires that will release the magic. When
Okay.
let's see if she can get this one. God damn it. She keeps fiddling with it, and she can't seem to get it to work quite right.
Can Crystal give her the assist action?
Do?
Hmm?
Can Crystal do that?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Go ahead.
Alrighty.
Apologies, I was just like listening to you guys be very smart.
Alright, rolling again.
The dice said 12 and only 12.
12 and only 12. It isn't working. Wait, I wonder, what am I missing? What am I missing? Oh, okay. What am I missing on this?
I mean, Crystal can roll an intelligence quickly if she wants.
Yeah, I can give that a go.
Oh.
I mean,
Very nice.
she does have some experience with. It's been a while, but she does have some experience with machines. Because her dad is also an artificer. So, I think there's a like. Oh wait, hold on a moment, and like sort of point out an area. Like it's just like this. This I think that's where it's going wrong.
Oh. Oh, shit! Okay, yeah. Alright. Alright.
Okay.
Which
Yep.
one of us?
I think I know
Sorry,
what D means.
yeah.
Oh?
Yep. She goes into her hammer space and pulls out uh a trinket of sorts. It doesn't look familiar to you, Juniper. But Crystal is looking at it with distaste.
What
Oh,
is
good.
this?
Okay.
Well, it's part of the armor. It it's connected to the armor. For the magic to work. It's not attuned to.
Oh,
It's attuned to someone else. That's why I can't get the armor off, but it might be useful.
that is very useful. I could probably figure out how to break the attunement. Let me see. I'm guessing an Arcana.
Yeah, go for it.
Forcibly break this bitch's attunement.
Okay. At 19, you examine this thing with your arcanic senses. And yeah, nah, definitely linked to the armor. This is like a small little marble almost, with strips of leather or some sort of material wrapped around it to hold it snugly in place. And it's got slices of yellow, green, and red in it. As you kind of wiggle it around. You get the impression, yes, it is attuned to the armor, and yes, you can tell it's attuned to someone. With that 19, breaking the attunement on this thing is gonna be difficult. You don't think you've got anything in this shop that's gonna do it. You can always try and smash it, but, you know, shrug, you don't know what that's gonna do.
And without fully knowing, she doesn't want to. I'm going to see if she knows anybody who has something that can help with this. Which case, I'm gonna roll her a history. Does she know anybody that has anything that can break this thing's attunement? 10.
No. The 10? Not off the top of your head. You probably have to mull it over a little more.
I want Crystal to roll something here, but I don't know what. Because she has been looking into this since she got back.
Hmm. I mean,
Um,
yeah, sorry, what was that, Babble?
if she's been, like, looking into it, if there is someone that does know, then I can roll probably another history to see if she knows any of these names. But while you two are discussing that, I'm gonna have Juniper go back to working on the other thing, because that's the only thing that she has at the moment that she can think of to do, is maybe try and get them to slip out of it.
Whilst you guys are also discussing this, you are gonna hear Eenie Money Mo just saying, you fellas all right? You know, you taking a little bit of time over there. Is everything going all right? Do you need us? Do you need us to pop back a bit later, maybe? Leave you to get working on it. And whilst they're doing that, very unsubtly, you can see they sort of been casually walking like up and down next to a bench. But you see that their pace is getting wider and wider, and as they're walking, they're kind of on occasion passing by the stairs and then walking past and passing by the stairs and walking past. Um, you do see they're starting to kind of pick up their pace a little bit though.
Juniper, are you gonna do this? Are you going to do this? Yes, you are going to do this!
Oh, good.
Apologies. She sees this, and there is a sigh because she very clearly does not want to do this, but also she does not want them to possibly get into more danger, because she's looking at armor, at this thing that is attuned to it, and all of that it implies. Her mind is going places, and she does not like it. And, Crystal, you can see her reach over to this, actually, I'm gonna roll her hammer space, because that's more than likely where she keeps it. Yeah, she, reaches into her mouth, and, she pulls out something that looks oddly techy, but then again, there's some other techy things around this place. It's space stuff. And she presses a few buttons, and then
Oh, I think I know what's gonna happen.
yeah, you probably do. And a smaller but still bigger than the other button appears, and she presses that. And the noise that the whole place makes is terrifying. And out of nowhere, all of the windows and the doors, they, metal doors take their places, and several layers of thick metal doors and windows just covers them, as this place is now on lockdown.
Oh boy!
There's
Oh boy!
an audible groan from Crystal as she's just like put her head in her hands, like, oh.
Upon all the shutters and metal slats rolling down, locking into place, Eenie, Miney mode is going to freeze mid-step, one of their legs poking out the back of them. They're basically bouncing on one leg and their heads pointing forwards like, ding! Everything shuts down. They slowly lower their leg back to the floor. All three heads kind of look around and say, Juniper, I don't know if you've noticed,
It seems that everything has rather
become, boxed, it seems to have become,
boxed in.
boxed in.
I don't know if this is something that should be happening.
I know that it is. I'm the one that built this place. I'm the one that put it here. And she does turn around with her rollator, sitting down, still. She's looking at them. She's not impressed. Can you explain? Because I genuinely want to know. Do you think that we wouldn't notice?
Well, I mean, I don't know what you mean exactly by notice. I seem to think that up to something, or at least that's what the impression we're getting.
We're not really up to anything, we're just, waiting for you guys to get done. It was a 12 on their deception. That was also a 20 on something else.
Good.
And you see that they've gone from walking in front of the stairway to kind of like looking around the room, and they're slowly walking around the room. And you've all noticed that as they're talking, they start to walk a little bit faster.
Unfortunately, there is no way out.
Boy. Boy.
Uh,
Boy.
that was a persuasion from Crystal. She's just like, guys, please, everyone take a deep breath. No one is in any danger here. We're amongst friends. It's gonna be okay. We just need to work together on this. I'm sure we can fix it.
Eenie, Miney, Mo, I'm sorry, but I don't want you running out there and possibly running into the person who did this to you. I also
Still,
don't want you getting hurt, and we need to get this thing off of you.
as you're both talking, they're just absent-mindedly nodding their heads. Like, yeah, no, we understand perfectly. Obviously, getting hurt is really bad, you know. I mean, we've gotten hurt before in the past, but we can usually take that sort of thing, you know. But we completely understand where you're coming from. That is incredibly distracted, and I'm gonna roll this again.
If you wouldn't mind,
Okay.
I would really like it if you would stop and take a seat and take a few deep breaths.
Well, I'm gonna apply that to that. Do you want to roll me a quick Arcana, both of you?
Oh, good. Okay. Yep.
Oh, oh, you both notice. You both notice. Juniper's probably holding. Is Juniper holding the little marble ball?
Gods. Probably?
Or you feel that marble bauble, it's almost imperceptible, but you kind of hear like a strange little, not quite a ringing noise, but you see it's like a vibration of a high pitch through your actual palm without any noise coming out. And also the colours in it seem to sheen a little. And if you're looking over at Eenie, Miney, and Mo, their visors seem to sheen a little as well. And they freeze a little bit, and then very calmly walk over and just sit down. Don't say anything.
I don't like that. And Juniper says that out loud.
Crystal has probably put together what's just happened. Give it to me, please. Now.
She wordlessly hands it over, but she's not taking her eyes off of Eenie, Miney, and Mo.
It ain't doing anything.
Does anything happen when it transfers hands?
No.
Alright, she's putting it in a hammer space. Does anything happen then?
No.
Okay. Alright, I guess she's gotta pull it back out of hammer space.
Magic can't pass through like a fucking foot of metal. Hold on, give me a second. And let me roll her an investigation to see if she can find that. 14, I'd say she can find that. She has a small metal box that's pretty damn thick. And she opens it. Let's try putting it in here.
Yep, it goes in there.
And she's gonna close it, lock it, and then put it in her hammer space. Or actually, no, she's gonna hand it to Crystal to put it in hers.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna say before you guys do that, with that 20 and 25, you notice, despite you guys all doing this, nothing you've done have seemed to make them move or change their behaviors. And you all, with that arcana, you see the sheen of that green and yellow and red across their visor still. It also kind of kind of wriggling the strange patina across the armor plating. You get the impression that putting this thing in a box or putting it away isn't gonna make isn't gonna change this.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Alright. Give me a second. Let me see if I can try and put this together a bit faster and see if that'll help. Fuck! Nope. Juniper, please!
God.
She's working a bit faster trying to figure out if she can get this thing put together, but it's still not. And she's getting frustrated with it. She keeps looking at it. God.
With advantage.
So that one was a 19. Gonna roll it again. Fuck you, we're taking that 19.
Take the 19.
I think that's as good as it's gonna get for the moment.
Yeah. I think Crystal's taken the trinket back, and she's going to attempt. She's running through different options that she can do. So the next thing she's going to attempt is taking it back in her hand. And this is a. She's not expecting this to work, but she's going to try. I want you to go back to normal.
Well, you feel that very high pitched, not quite noise tremble through your frame. And you see the colours rotate a little in the charm. And you see the flash of colours go over this armor. You see them stand up, take a deep breath, and it's just 3 heads just kind of tilted back, just going, don't do that again! Why would you do that?
Oh god. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it would do that.
That was a con
I'm
save
so
from Crystal.
Honestly,
Crystal definitely put her hands over her ears because ow, that hurt.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that it would do that.
No, get it, but also you put us in a box that you've locked down, and now we're stuck in a box inside of another box, and we're still wearing this stuff. And we get you trying to help. We really do appreciate that, but it's just you put us in a big metal box, and we can't do anything, and we're just sitting here, and it's driving us nuts, man. It's driving us nuts.
You think you're in? Oh, wait a minute. Box in a box. Box in a box. Box in a box. Box in a box. Box. It's Crystal. Is there consciousness attached to that? The orb thing?
I don't know.
Because I can understand this being a box, and she gestures to this, and that's fair. Shit, I mean, yes. But a box in a box. And she's looking at Crystal while pointing at that box.
Yeah, no, Crystal's put together what she means is just like she's looked at Juniper and at the box, and now she's turned to Eenie, Miney, and Mo like, please, can you explain this?
Juniper's also looking at them.
I'm gonna roll perception. How long does it take for them to notice that you guys are staring? Pretty quick. And they just kind of tuck, slowly stop, and then look at you like, what?
What did
You said-
why are you looking at us?
You said a box in a box. Can you see through this crystal thing? The orby thing? What that this thing? And she points at the thing in Crystal's hand.
Neither of
Is
you can
that
see
how
the
you
expression on
see
his face. Look down at the little bauble, and you see just kind of shiver go down their frame. They look back at you guys, and they're like,
No.
I mean, we can see, but
Can't see out of a bauble. It's. Wait, hang on. It's not. They didn't take one of our eyes, did they? Mo, do you still have your eyes?
I don't know. I can't see. Eenie, do you have your eyes still?
I don't know. I can't see. I don't know. I mean, I can see, but I don't know if they. Did they take our eye? Is that all right?
And they're just kind of trotting up.
Okay. What did you mean by a box in a box?
They
Because
start. Sorry, what were you saying,
this I
Miney?
can understand. And she gestures around them. That's fair. But the only thing this is only just this would count as one. The only thing that could possibly count as two is this one. And she taps the metal box that the orb thing was in. And when I asked if you would sit down, you did because of that being in my hand, which I'm sorry. But when the colors correlate to the helmets, which are on your heads, some kind of mind control. Okay.
I kind of. Do you want to roll an insight? Real quick.
Sure.
I love her insight so much.
Oh, beautiful. That's.
Oh, you're kidding me.
3 people all look at each other. No one has a goddamn clue.
Juniper's head is like spinning. There's like math symbols running around in there. Like she's busy having a fucking brain blast, and I'm not gonna roll for her this time. I think she's figured out what she was missing. She needs something that not only goes into the head, into the body of the armor, but something that also extends into the helmet.
The 3 heads kind of look at each other, and the way the beaks twitch is just like, and they're just like,
we'll say, don't know exactly what it is, but,
we're not exactly, magical experts. That's not Crystal's thing. And they just absentmindedly dab a finger at Crystal.
but what we do know is that,
Every time, ever since we got this thing on,
and every time she told us to do something, we could fight it. We really can fight it, but it's less like like even if we're made to do something, it's not like we're not fighting it up here, and they just
knock their 3 heads together.
It's more like even if our brains are going up against it,
It's like, the rest of the body just kind of follows,
it's not a matter of mind. It's
and you can tell they're kind of shuffling, and they seem to shrink back a little. So
it's like it's kind of like
like and they seem to just kind of stop.
A disconnect.
no, no. It's not a disconnect.
We're all very much connected. Well, exactly.
It's even if you don't want it to happen, it happens, and it's kind of like how can we put this? Have you ever had like a fat person sit on you?
I'm genuinely waiting for an answer, by the way.
I do have an. Maybe not like. Okay.
You know how big I am, right? Like, I don't think I'm fat. Am I fat? I don't know. But I am big.
Crystal has made sort of the prayer hands. She doesn't know if she wants to answer, because she has an answer.
Noticing this, they kind of just look between you both and they're like,
Okay, let's rephrase that. Say, Crystal, what would happen if Juniper sat on you? Would you be able to push her off?
You know the answer to that.
Oh, yes, then good. You wouldn't because you're, well, rather brittle, and honestly, we do need to get you back into training exercises because we need to toughen you up. You keep skipping out to read your books, and we get that's your thing, but also we're getting distracted. Ow!
What they mean to say is that,
Are you guys in pain with those things on your head?
No, actually, we feel less pain with these things on.
and they just kind of, all three, Eenie and Miney's heads rear back, face each other, and then just knock together. And they kind of shake their heads out and they're like,
You know, usually we tend to get a little, we tend to knock our heads quite often, you know. Comes with the territory, but since we've worn these, well, we've actually found that well, it's armour. Yeah, you know, it's decent armour. We can say that much for it.
But
I think you're getting a little bit off track.
By the way, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. But Crystal is still hung up on a little bit of a point before. So you were conscious whenever you were being ordered around.
and all three heads kind of look towards Crystal. Oh, okay. Shuffle, and their heads, their necks kind of shrink down a little bit, and not looking at Crystal. So they're pointing in a direction, but none of the heads are like looking at her as they kind of just.
It's not like we didn't try to fight it, mind you. We would never actually give in to this thing willingly.
Yeah, you know, like, what'd you take us for? We're not exactly, we ain't weak like that. We're not just gonna lie down and let someone tell us what to do.
Exactly. We don't lie down and let people tell us what to do. So,
You can understand why,
You
that thing.
definitely don't. I know you fought your hardest.
All three heads nod emphatically.
yeah, right, we do. Which is, anyway, what were we talking about again?
Yeah, Juniper sitting on Crystal.
Yeah, Juniper sitting on Crystal. Right, so,
can we please drop that? I'm not going to do that for one beat.
no, it's important. It's really important.
It is very important, metaphorically.
It is actually relevant. We promise. No.
Yes, yeah, anyway, so, Crystal, Juniper sits on you. And if you ask her to get off, which we know you would get off even, you know, if she asked you because you're Juniper and you're very nice, but say she doesn't get off. Even if you ask her, even if you push her off, and you just kind of have to sit there and let her sit on you. So, it's kind of like, that.
And they jerk their head towards the charm.
Oh, it's small, but it does sit on you. Even when you don't want it to.
Even when you want that thing bloody well off, even if you want this off, and they ding ding
At the armor.
it just sits on you. And even if you ask nicely, which we don't, by the way, something that's so forcefully clingy, you know, sometimes if it's really clingy, no matter of asking nicely is going to get it off. We've tried forcing it off.
We've tried, we've tried all sorts of things, but, it's just...
Heavy.
Yeah.
Could we?
We're really strong.
Could we maybe ask it to loosen?
I
Just get a shrug.
try.
Can I get a good look at your guys' helmets, like close to where, close to the back of your neck? There's a reason why I asked for this. Because Juniper's thinking, like, alright, is this attached to some part of their actual person?
You all see them tense up a little, look at each other and like,
You can, but only one at a time, and the other two get to watch you.
That's fine. I want to make sure that this isn't, like, attached to some part of the inside of you. And I know that sounds awful, but I. She just kind of trails off because.
that's fair. They will just kind of look at each other and nod, and then slowly lower themselves down, and then look at Crystal and just
So, that thing, we don't know exactly how certain things work, but
And she used it and we didn't have to do a thing anymore.
she usually just said dismissed.
You'll forgive me if I don't use those words.
kind of look at each other a little lost. They're like,
Well, we don't actually know what else works. I mean, you said
Bit like normal, but
it. Well, it's
It's still up.
Don't know if that's another. It still feels like a little
it still feels a little heavy.
Dismissed.
Right.
and you see them visibly just sag, just they make the noise as if to sink into a hot bath after a very long day. Puddle.
God, this poor bean. That 13, is it attached to, like, their physical body?
So the armor, as you look around at this thing, I'm gonna say if you want, you can look at the other parts of them, like the leg braces and the chest piece and the back plate, which is formed into the shape of a saddle. Um, you look at these and they are flush to their body. You think now, and even if you tried to get something underneath, it probably wouldn't have done anything. As in, there would be no discernible gaps to make through this thing. Um, and even with the dispel magic, actually, with that investigation as well, you cast dispel magic and remove curse earlier.
No, she hasn't done that yet.
Oh, she hasn't done that yet. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, you can see there's this thing is flush. The helmets are flush, the chest piece is flush, the saddle piece is flush, the armor braces are flush. They're not like melded to the skin, but you can tell there are no gaps at all to be able to slip anything through this.
There is silence as Juniper just drops what she was working on. And, she's sitting down on her rollator and she's got one of her paws kind of on her mouth as she's looking at this, kind of staring through E.M. She's
Juniper?
just
Juniper,
and they just kind of one of their hands in front of her face.
This is pointless. I could maybe attach this around the armor, but I don't think, even with that, I can do the original plan. I don't think that's going to help. There's no gaps at all anywhere. It's not fused with their body, but there's no way for me to actually get in there. I can't. I can't break this.
What's that roll for do?
That was a deception and then a performance, both of which were nat ones. So you can visibly, if anyone looks towards Eenie, Miney, and Mo, they are smiling. They're standing up. That you've seen them smile. That is pure show pony mode. That is pure hero rescue ranger. We are here to help. That is that the way they hold themselves. You can tell with that smile, they are very much trying to put on a brave front, as they say, it's all right, Juniper. We can live with this for a little while, you know. It's not the end of the world. We
Just have to be a bit more careful about stuff, you know.
Maybe invest in some earmuffs or, I mean, we don't have ears, but it should do something, you know.
Too logic and all that.
And they start to rattle off, but you can tell from the way their body slumps, they're not holding themselves the same confident way they usually do. And I'll give this to you both. You look at them and you see not just disappointment, but acceptance and almost kind of expectation. Kind of like they didn't expect you guys to be able to do anything about this. It seems like they've already accepted that this is just the new normal for them now.
Crystal is.
And they're trying very hard.
I don't even think Juniper would get that because her head is in her hands. Because she likes EM&M. Are they frustrating sometimes? Yes. But you can be frustrated with your loved ones sometimes. You know, that is sometimes how love works. That's how people work. So she wanted so badly to try and help. And so the fact that she can't break them free, that kind of hurts. She's scared for them.
Crystal has taken up the trinket again, and then she says, I want the armor to loosen.
Mm. You feel the charm in your hand vibrate again. In the same high pitch frequency that's beyond hearing range. It vibrates up your arm. And then you can feel it get stronger, vibrating, and stronger and stronger. And now it's going from like a high pitched, almost imperceptible vibration to, you know, where it kind of loops back to being low. Starts to get to that point, that vibration point between the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. And it starts to shake, and you can see that the armor starts to shake as well a little bit. And it seems to, you hear like a slow creak, but then you hear a as the armor seemingly locks into place even firmer as the charm shakes and then stops.
Um. Okay.
And I will give.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, because of what you know this thing is still attuned to someone else. And get the impression that maybe it's not you who needs to say those words.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't say those words.
Yeah, okay. She's gonna try one. She's gonna try one more thing. She's approaching Eenie, Miney, and Mo.
Hmm?
And she reaches out and she puts her hand on the armor and she casts remove curse, holding both of the items, and at the same time she says again, I want the armor to come off.
Hmm. Okay. The remove curse cast on both of the items at the same time. You feel it start to vibrate again. And could you roll me an investigation or an arcana, please?
Sure, I would just post what remove curse does just in case.
Yeah. Thank you. And whilst you're doing that, I will say,
Investigation or arcana?
yes.
Alright, can I roll both?
Yes.
Well, the first one is arcana and the second one is investigation, so...
So that arcana. Ooh, man, okay, so you cast that. So gosh, the thing is, you cast remove curse on the charm and the armor, but as you say those words, nothing happens. There's no tingling, there's no armor falling off, nothing happens. But you can kind of tell, even though it's incredibly faint, the attunement has not quite broken, but it's loosened. And don't know if you can get the armor off. You think perhaps for now some of the effects of the armor may be reduced. Potentially.
Okay,
Again, it's hard to tell. But
yeah, well, she's getting a little bit desperate now, so she's also casting Dispel Magic.
okay, I'll say with that stuff, you cast Dispel Magic, nothing happens. And with that Arcana and Investigation, you can tell magic is woven into the very being of this armor. And also, the magic that is in the armor, it. Without the magic, the armor kind of. I'm trying to think how to explain this. Sorry. The magic was interwoven with the armor in such a way that even if you cast the spell magic and remove curse, the nature of this armor means that the way it was smithed and blacksmithed and folded into each other, there are layers upon layers upon layers of magic in this. Um, it's it's gonna take more than just a simple dispel magic or remove curse to break this. You get the impression there's a specific method needed to remove this. You get the impression that someone, whoever made this, was probably prepared for someone to try and dispel magic or, remove curse. And they have, they've planned in accordance for that.
I think after mostly listening to this, Juniper is going to stand up. Going to mess around with the buttons on the thing that she had done earlier, and slowly the building is no longer in lockdown. It is slow because it is meant to react fast when locking down to really protect from danger. And the first doors to really, or the first anything to really be fully unlocked or blocked off is the inside doors. So any doors that do not lead outside. She's gonna start heading upstairs because she's also a smart puppy. And
Okay.
she knows people that know people. She's gonna start making phone calls.
Okay. I will say as Juniper goes up the stairs, I rolled something earlier, which was a 24. I'm gonna hear a voice call out, "Ah!"
What?
Hello?
No, sorry, I was waiting for a reaction, but fine. You're just gonna hear a voice call out, "Juniper, you did your best, all right? Like, I weren't expect. I'm gonna be completely honest here. I wasn't expecting this stuff to come off." And they just dunk, dunk, knock on the chest plate.
So, the fact that you two even tried was was a real. We appreciate it a whole lot.
But I don't think this means we've given up. Yes, we're wearing this unfortunate garment. I don't think we can even call it a garment. It's a bit garish.
Yeah, it is a bit garish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not quite our style. But
It's
we
a
will be
prison is
fine.
what it is. That's exactly what that is that you're wearing. You're wearing a mobile prison. Just
They shake
because
their
I
heads.
can't do anything about it doesn't mean that I'm stopping either.
The three heads nod, in sync. No, we're not giving up, right? You know that, right? This is permanent.
Things with us typically ain't permanent.
Things tend to shuffle around and move on as they do. You know
I'm not
that.
giving up either.
Don't.
We're not either, you know. Like this isn't gonna be this isn't us gonna be forever.
You wouldn't be able to. Honestly, this forever. No, I want to wear something else.
Yeah, I know you do. You've got all sorts of dresses and stuff on.
Exactly, I've got all sorts of dresses and things I want to wear, and I can't wear them with this bulky armour because, quite frankly, it's unflattering.
So you don't
I didn't
find
know
out
that you
as
like
good-
dresses.
Enie's head pokes up, and you can kind of see it start to rattle a bit. It's like,
Oh, you have no idea. Oh, we've got so bloody many. You know, I really need to go and get some more materials because we do tend to make, well, not everything we wear is, we don't often wear clothes, but, oh, it's fun to make them at least.
I can understand that. If you like, I can always make you a dress. But, well, I mean, I can make one now, but also I got some phone calls to make because I want to get in contact with someone I know who knows people who can probably knows people who can help get that thing off. I'm not gonna stop helping you get that thing off just because I myself can't do it.
Three of them nod their heads and say,
You know, we didn't expect you to. You're quite stubborn for an old lady, you know.
And, yeah, I think, how hard you work with stuff, it'd be a bit silly for you to think that you'd, just give up like that.
And, really, don't worry about us in the meantime. We'll be fine.
and I rolled that persuasion earlier for a 24. I'm gonna try and convince you they will be just fine. And they seem pretty damn confident they will be.
Cause mathematically speaking, she cannot beat that. But also, I look at this puppy. She is a ball of anxiety. It doesn't. In this particular situation, given her own background and everything else, she might think that they emotionally are gonna be alright, but at the same time, in every other aspect, and even then, emotionally, she's going to worry.
Yeah.
She's
That's
looking
valid.
down at them. She's looking down at them, and there was this expression of love.
By the way, do either of you two want to roll a perception or insight on Crystal right now?
Ah, yes, the dirty 20.
Was that perception or insight?
Insight.
Insight. Okay. Do you want to roll me a perception as well?
Huh?
Sorry, what was that?
I will say also.
Babble?
The one that I just rolled was perception, because Juniper's insight is a -2.
Fair enough.
Oh. I'll also say I rolled another. What's the word? Come on,
Deception?
think. Not deception. A performance. And they're kind of like standing very tall, chest puffed out. They're probably kind of shifted their themselves so that when the light comes in as the shutter slowly raises, it starts to slowly gleam off their armor, and looks very shiny and sparkly and very heroic. Okay, so that is a perception of a 17 and an insight of a 20.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start with the perception. Because you will notice. Well, first of all, Crystal has said, very quietly, dismissed, and then put the trinket back in her hammer space. But you might also notice, the hand that she touched the armor is curled close to her chest, and you will also notice now the scarring that's along the back of her hands, as she does that. Actually, I think it's the front of her hands. Yeah, like the palms of her hands as she does that. As well as like fresh burn. Um,
Oh.
I'm guessing Juniper doesn't see this.
no,
Uh,
sorry, Juniper, no.
She has healing spell.
well, it's a good thing that Eenie is seeing this. As he looks over and stops, he looks at that hand, and the head tilts to the side, and then he bonks his helmet into Miney. He's like, "Ow, what was that?" And then jerks his head. Miney then looks over at Mo. Bonk. Yeah, what was that for? Jerks their head. Looks back. Now all three heads are looking at Crystal. So look up at Crystal, and then all three of you hear, "Juniper, we're gonna man down. Get your med kit!" And they just
I'm
Fucking run
no,
around, try to find a chair, push
I-
Crystal into the chair,
I'm fine.
and zoom her towards the staircase.
It's fine. It's not much.
I'm injured, it's not fine. Get the med kit, Juniper, we've got an injury.
We think she's bleeding out.
And then just very dramatically knock you
Juniper
into the
is
chair
trying.
and push you into the stairs.
Juniper is trying her best to get down the stairs as quickly as possible. You guys can
It's
see her
not
legs
serious. Juniper,
wobbling.
don't rush.
She's hurt herself. We think she might have touched one of your flamethrowers or something.
She's severely wounded.
And they're freaking the hell out.
Um,
She comes down as quickly as possible. She's sitting on the stairs. God, I'm actually gonna roll a deception to see if she can hide. Alright. And she is going to. She's getting a good look at that hand now as she's casting Cure Wounds, and I'm going to say that she's going to cast it at the highest level that she can, which is unfortunately to Juniper. God damn it.
um, okay. Yep. So I will say, as Juniper takes Crystal's hand, she will notice as well, as well as the fresh burn. There is. Oh my god! You did not need to do that much healing. It was only 3 points of damage.
Shut. She's doing it.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Crystal's back up to full health. The burn goes away quickly. The scars do not. They're still on her hand. They're a bunch of like cracks that look like they've been burned into her hands, and they do travel up underneath her sleeves.
She's looking at this. I don't know if you guys want to roll an insight on Pubby.
Eenie, Money, and Mo are too busy frantically screaming. They will not roll an insight.
Yeah. Okay.
That's too
I
busy
guess
fussing.
it's just Crystal. I'm okay. I'm fine.
God, you don't.
No, that's not great.
Puppy Grandma's fine. She's just. Puppy Grandma is tired. Puppy Grandma's tired. It's been an emotional day. And she loves you guys very, very much. And I keep seeing those deceptions whenever she says that she loves you guys. Eenie, Miney, and I don't know what that means, but alright.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I am worrying about it. But, she's fine. She's just tired and very oblivious. Well, Crystal?
Yeah.
Crystal, where is this from?
I'm just gonna say at this point, I'm really sorry to interrupt. I'm just gonna say at this point, Eenie, Money, and Mo are gonna look between you two. It's like,
Right, we need to go, mate. We need to go, mate. See, legs. We need to go, mate. See, and blankets. Yes, blankets. Short blankets always important. And medical kit. Yeah. We need to get medical kit. Let's go.
and they just kind of hustle past you both up the stairs, and you're just gonna hear clanging from upstairs.
Juniper's not gonna stop them. She's gonna basically just let them fret. Cause like sometimes it's what you need to do. Like
Honestly, Crystal's a little bit relaxes just a touch now that she knows that she doesn't have to explain in front of Eenie, Miney, and Mo. So quiet in a quiet voice, she's gonna say, "When we were rescuing Eenie, Miney, and Mo, the Miss Hellacles used a sound-based attack that knocked me unconscious. This is partially the result of that.
And the other part of the result?
The other part was when I touched Eenie, Miney, and Mo's armor. It burned the wounds, so they didn't heal properly.
That was an arcana. Would you say she knows?
Yeah, it's probably pretty easy to put together 2 and 2, especially considering the burn that you just healed on her hand, and you know that Crystal did not touch anything to burn herself except for the armor that she just touched.
Who all knows?
About
You're smart, Crystal. I know you know.
yeah, it's not exactly a secret. I just not something I like to advertise either. I think TOC knows. My family, of course. I don't know if Eenie, Miney, and Mo have put it together yet. The stagehands I was with when we were rescuing them, I had to tell them.
Okay. If I were you, I would keep it very close to the chest. There are certain things that we don't want just anybody knowing.
She nods. Yeah, she knows.
Okay. I will see if I can get anything that might help. Are you in any pain with these?
Oh, no. It, got sorted fairly quickly. I just scars now.
Okay. Sometimes scars can have effects, and sometimes they can be painful even after they've healed.
Yeah,
That's why I ask.
I know. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll anything for this. Crystal's job means that she does end up going and meeting people in, like, who have had magical effects on them. She probably has seen people firsthand who have scars that still cause them pain.
I am a mechanic, not so much a seamstress, but I know some people who can probably make you some gloves or something that can help protect from causing further damage.
She looks up the stairs to where Eenie, Miney, and Mo went, and yeah, that, all things considered, that might be useful.
We will get this sorted. I'm gonna call Detective Goldie, see if she can figure out anybody who might know what to do about this. And if worse comes to worse, might be going on a manhunt.
Yeah, I did. Oh god, I can't believe I did that, but also I don't regret doing that. I have notes on where the armor came from, as well as another thing we intercepted that Miss Hellacles wanted to use. They might be useful in tracking down how to solve this. In the meantime, I have been keeping that thing in my hammer space. Unless I've been trying to, well, she gestures at the room and what they just tried to do. I am not letting her get her hands on it again.
Understandable. I don't have many words. I'm very worried for you and and I'm just worried.
Crystal's gonna take one of Juniper's paws and... You're doing so much. Thank you for everything.
If ever you guys need a safe place to run, don't be afraid to just come here. Because hell or high water, if I enact this, nothing is getting in and nothing is getting out.
I'll keep that in mind. We might want to make sure they're not burning your kitchen down.
It wouldn't be the first time, but yeah, I don't want to have to explain to TOC why we need to replace the oven for the umpteenth time.
Yeah, I also left my notes on the table.
Oh, okay. You go ahead and run up there. I'll be up there in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, Crystal is rapidly coming up the stairs.
At some point, though, you and me, we need to just have a day. And it's the same with me and EM&M. And this isn't anything bad. I'm a grandma. I want some time with my kids.
That sort of takes Crystal a bit by surprise, because that's the first time Juniper has said that to her. It's just... I guess I can unpack that later. Just to, yeah, doing something normal. That sounds like we really need that. I'm going to go check that out. What are you doing?
The kettle's already picked.
We don't know what you put in your kettle usually, but it's not good. You just hear the sound of an elephant.
We don't know what this is, but there's something coming out of the stove.
And they just hear like a clang, clang, clang. They are presumably kicking the stove. You don't quite know.
Why is there an elephant in my stove?
I swear to Crunkle if my notes are damaged.
Oh, God, I gotta get up now. God damn it.
Juniper, you are probably familiar with the sound of whooshing fire. You just hear,
Everything is out of control.
it's all fine, we can handle it. Just, yeah. No, typical kitchen noises.
It's typical for her kitchen, unfortunately. Oh, God. So I imagine the fire department will be there in, 10 minutes. Either that or maybe even 2. They probably moved to have a station right beside her.
They just got someone on standby for Juniper's place specifically.
Probably at this point. She's been here for 8 years.
I just...
I feel like they pick up Binky, and Binky's just got like the tiniest sprinkler system. It's like putting a water can on a giant house fire.
That's alright. Crystal has Ray of Frost, and it's a cantrip.
Oh god.
I love them all so much.
Yeah. And yeah, this was. Oh man, I need to talk to you afterwards about thing quickly. Unless you all need to head off. But if
Oh,
there's
no.
anything else you guys
Oh.
want to do or say?
I never did give Eenie, Miney, and Mo that the result of their insight,
Mm.
so I can do that
Oh.
now if you'd like.
Yeah.
The Okay, well, there was definitely because this was, I mean, the emotions have not exactly changed that much between when she's sort of pulled back from them, trying the dispel magic and remove curse and stuff, and now there is definitely still determination there, and like that stubborn anger of there is no way I'm letting that bitch hurt my friend again. Just you try it. And I'm definitely not letting this be the last of it. But there's also a lot of like negative. I don't know the word to describe it, but she's not feeling great about there's frustration and despair and just this sense of I can't do anything. I can't even do the thing I'm supposed to be able to do when it matters most. And this is all my fault.
That's a whole lot to unpack.
Yep.
And I don't know if these three are the ones to do it. And that is gonna be tucked away. I'll put that in my pocket for later. Thank you very much. Gosh. Babble, sweet Babble, is there anything you wish to do, good sir?
God, the only thing I think that Juniper can do at this point is just kind of vibe and not let on the fact that she is very much so fretting Grandma over EM and Crystal,
Don't worry.
everyone. Fretting Grandma.
I'm so sorry,
Grandma.
Juniper, because it's gonna get worse.
Take this grandma for a day out.
Yeah. I think everyone's
Listen,
gonna need it soon.
Grandma's gonna take them both on a day out, and it's gonna be a great time.
Oh, yeah. Gonna be a superb time. Just like this time has been. It's very good.
I'm gonna roll general insight on all of them, though. Separately. First one's
Fair
gonna
enough.
be for EM. Second one's gonna be for Crystal, just to see how they're doing.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Wow, that's
Oh.
beautiful.
I kind of want to give you advantage on that. Because that's a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, I love Juniper so much. She never sees anything ever in her life. You know, there's a reason why her and TOC are not together yet, and it's because Juniper, everything goes over Juniper's head.
I mean, this is fair. This is great. God.
If you want me to roll with advantage, I can. At least on
You can
Crystal.
roll advantage if you want.
Yeah, go ahead, go for
Or
it.
what you
I
want.
mean, God, you can get worse. I'm not saying that. Well, it's not
Well, it's better.
worse.
Yeah, it's still it's an improvement, but it's a 2-point improvement for Crystal, because I don't know if you want me to roll for advantage on
You can if you'd like. You can if you'd like.
gods. I
Shall not stop you.
God, no. Juniper sees nothing. The dice have spoken.
There's too many heads. There's too many heads to go.
for EM&M, it's a 1 or a 1. Which unfortunately tracks, because for as much as she loves them to bits, she doesn't seem to know them that well, because they keep rolling so high on their deception.
Also, they just kinda don't stick around very often. They come and go very quickly. But yeah, gosh.
Which makes her kind of sad. Like, they get it, they roam. Like, she gets it, they roam. That happens, that's fine. But also, Grandma.
That's the puppy. That's the puppy so soft.
Grandma wants to spend time with her grandkids.
Grandma is
What's our
family.
grandkids all under one roof?
God.
So good. Thank you all so much for playing with me and for coming and joining. This was very delightful.
This was great fun. Also, my heart. Ah!
That's you both. Yeah, it'd be like that. Yeah, it'd be like that.
Once the recording stops, I'm going to tell you guys something, because I look at my puppy Grandma.
Yeah. We should probably finish up the recording.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you
If you
guys so much for playing.
yeah, if any of you made it to the end of this, thank you for listening. We love you lots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. See you around.
Bye.
Yee-hoo.